there's a lot of disparity between different brands of product, different levels of expectation that people have as well. DI seem to be a really good example of that. I mean, you can buy DI so cheaply now, and they're piled up on the shelf, and yet a DI can be a really critical thing to an overall signal path. What's different about an ARX DI, say, from the thing I just pick up for $50 off the shelf? What's the difference?
The difference is, I think, in the components inside, and another difference in concept is that we've all used bad ones, so we figured that if we're going to make one, it's going to be one that doesn't degrade the signal at all, but enhances it and gives you all the very best sound you can possibly get out of what you're plugging into it. And we do that by carefully sourcing quiet components that'll tolerate a high signal level without clipping. We have the transformers wound for us to our specifications. Transformers are one of those things that are great, and they're essential for isolating any noise away from the signal that you want to put into the PA system, into the mixer. And you can do it with electronically if you have the right components. We do that in our DI boxes because they have a bigger headroom. An active DI, for example, will bring every bit of your sound into the system. There'll be no distortion, it'll be totally clean, and it'll be quiet. All you should hear is just the sound of your instrument or whatever you're putting into it. Cheap transformers will distort very early so that you don't have the ability to put a high level into it, so your signal to noise ratio is going to suffer as a result of that. Basically, you get what you pay for in DI boxes. I mean, there's other brands, some of them are this big with a couple of valves inside and a big power transformer. You probably don't need to go that far for general use. And you want something that people can afford to buy, so it's got to be able to, for them to buy within reason. And we've tried to find that sweet spot in the market that we can manufacture quality stuff that people can buy.
And I guess the quality also flows through to the reliability of the product as well.
Oh yeah.
It's no good at the gig when the bass player drops out for the guy at sound desk to go, look, it's okay, it was a really cheap deal, I can get another one tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
It doesn't help right at that point. So we want the gear to kind of do what it's supposed to do every time, don't
exactly, we? Yeah. Well, you want to. It's one thing to get what you pay for. It's one thing to make sure you get what you pay for, so that it will work time and time again, night after night, day after day, and still work as good as it did the first time you plugged it in. And that's what we try and make.
And I've heard the comparison of an audio path to a water pipe. If you get a dirty pipe, you're going to get dirty water. It doesn't matter how clean the water was to start with. It picks up the contamination that goes through, and I guess with things like the DIs, we're talking about the same thing. If it contaminates the signal,
noise.
Doesn't matter how good the bits were at the other end.
Exactly. That is your link. That is your link between you and the PA system and the audience. You don't want to stuff it up.
Cool.
On the other hand, don't plug a water pipe into it.
Okay, I remember that. I think that's the other thing that went wrong with that gig the other night.
So if you have plumbers in the band, you've got to watch them.
They're an issue. Well, Duncan, it's been great to catch up and to find out about the ARX story and to see some of the thoughts and inspirations behind the products. And I just want to say thanks very much for giving us your time today.
Oh, my pleasure. I've enjoyed it. And we always like to say that if you buy something from us, there's someone at the other end of the phone if you need help.
Okay.
And that's us.
All right.
Happy to help.
I'll put it in my speed dial.
Oh, thanks. Not you. Customers. You're on your own.